I clearly awakened as an SS-Rank great sage equal to heaven. But Sun Wukong was still rated by the Academy as the weakest D-rank battle soul. Not only was I laughed at by my classmates for being a skinny monkey, even the white fox goddess, Liu Ryan, was so angry that she wanted to break up with me. All because the great sage equal to heaven who fought the heavens and the earth in his past life turned out in this world to be the lowest ranked golden silk monkey on the battle soul list. But as a transmigrator, I know very well, this so-called D-rank loser is simply because they haven't truly grasped the essence of the monkey. Right now in Dashing District, Jiangnan Province, Huaxia, I'm practicing staff techniques on the rooftop. A faint shadow of a monkey can be seen behind me. Holding the staff with both hands, I smash the wooden training dummy in front of me to pieces with a single strike. Ding dong, newbie quest complete. You practice the Great Sage staff technique 100 times. Reward acquired, Red Cloud Staff, Lotus Elixir Flask. Newbie quest test of skill acquired. Quest details: eliminate 200 monsters under level 10 and kill 5 level 10 bosses. Quest reward: Destiny spell extraction and data technology. Listening to the system notification in my ear, I gasped for breath, my emotions refusing to calm down. 3 days ago, while playing Black Myth, Wukong, after battling Tiger Vanguard for 36 hours straight, I accidentally transmigrated from Blue Star to this world where everyone has battle souls. The moment I crossed over was right when I was awakening. Thunder exploded in the sky, as if shattering the heavens. Twin golden beams shot out from my eyes, blasting straight into the clouds. My whole body sparkled with golden light, spiritual energy swirling around me. Everyone at the time was stunned, thinking they were about to witness the birth of an SS-Rank battle soul. Who would have thought it was just someone with flashy special effects? But what no one knew was that I had also bound a golden finger when awakening, the Black Myth system, which can do destiny draws and quest trials, among other functions. Not only that, I seemed super lucky this time, drawing the destiny template of the Great Sage equal to heaven on my first try. That's why my awakening had such a terrifying phenomenon. Unfortunately, due to insufficient spiritual fortune, I couldn't display the Great Sage's true power. Fated Person, Sun Xiaosheng, Level 8, Battle Soul Power 8, Divine Rank, Great Sage equal to Heaven, 1% Skill, Great Sage Staff Technique, Basic Meditation Method, Equipped, no spiritual fortune points detected. Looking at my pitiful attribute panel, I sighed lightly. I really need to slay more monsters to accumulate spiritual fortune. Thinking about monster hunting, one immediately brought out the 2 rewards I just got. Red Cloud Staff, an iron staff that can change length at will. Feature: never wears out. This weapon will never break. Lotus Elixir Flask, can store liquid. Just add herbs and it will automatically brew healing elixirs. Can be used up to 5 times a day. Feature: Battle Frenzy. Fully restores all states instantly after drinking. Increases all attributes by 40%. Reduces pain perception. Doubles reaction speed. Damn. These are actually a perfect grade weapon and a spiritual energy collector. With these 2 treasures in hand, I can totally solo dungeons by myself. The Blood Forest is located in the southern outskirts of Suzhou and is a nationally known low-level adventure zone. It's teeming with life and resources, full of scarlet firewolves, greenwood monkeys, shadow panthers, and other low-level monsters. It's the main training ground for novice battle soul practitioners. Right now, a 4-person squad is moving through the woods. One of them is dressed alluring, with brows and eyes like a painting, in a sexy Western region maiden style. She's stunning at first glance. Miss up ahead is the territory of the Scarlet Firewolves. Uncle Wang, with his full gear, reminds her in a deep voice. Relax, I'm just here for the XP. I'm not going to do anything reckless. Li Zuyao replied calmly. Don't worry, miss. The 2 of us are both level 23 Battle Soul practitioners. This Blood Forest is nothing to us. Right. We'll definitely get you to level 30 within 3 days, and make you the top scorer in the National Battle Soul Entrance Exam. Still, we should be careful. After all, this is an adventure zone. Who knows what rare monsters might appear? If Miss were injured, none of us could bear the responsibility. A boss would be even better. Defeating them would only make Miss stronger, and that's their honor. Alright, quit messing around, Li Zuyao said with a teasing smile, tucking her hair behind her ear. Let's listen to Uncle Wang. And all stay alert. Let's not let our guard down here. Since Miss has spoken, let's all get into the zone. Let the bosses come at us even harder. The three formed up into a battle formation, guarding Li Zuyao in the center, advancing deeper into the blood forest. But the further in they went, the stranger everyone's expressions became. What's going on? There are scarlet firevolf corpses everywhere, not a single live one in sight. Could a big adventurer party have entered? No way. We didn't hear anything about that. Look, all these scarlet firewolves had their brains smashed in. See these marks? Looks like it was done with a heavy blunt weapon like a hammer or a staff. A hammer? Could it be Niu Zhongshui of the Starlight Adventurer team? That guy's not likely. He's a level 32 Battle Soul practitioner. No reason for him to come to the Blood Forest. Even Uncle Wang looked a bit more serious now. So many scarlet firewolves died. It'll probably attract a boss. Before he could finish, they heard a wolf howl not far away. Awoo, awoo! Uncle Wang's expression changed suddenly. Crap, the Scarlet Fire Wolf King is gathering the pack. Scarlet firewolves from every direction will be heading here. If we run back, we'll surely run into the wolf pack. We can only keep going forward, find that mysterious party. That might be our only slim chance. Li Zuyao gripped her staff and spoke solemnly. Uncle Wang, let's keep moving. They walked a while longer and came to a wide field. When they saw the scene before them, they were instantly stunned. It was just me with a single staff, holding off a whole wolf pack myself. My staff followed my every move, man and weapon as one. Within a limited space, dodging the Scarlet Firewolves' attacks again and again, occasionally counterattacking with the Red Cloud staff. Over 30 Scarlet Firewolves surrounded me, yet I drove them back step by step. Good beasts. You actually know to call for reinforcements. Hearing the howls around me, I burst into laughter. The Great Sage Staff technique is truly a divine skill. These Scarlet Fire Wolves can't even touch me. They're just here delivering XP and spiritual fortune. I dodged a wolf pounce, jumped onto the Red Cloud staff. With a single thought, the Red Cloud staff instantly extended. With the force of a downward swing, I used pillar-splitting strike bam. Wherever the long staff reached, Scarlet Firewolves died if hit, and were wounded if grazed. You killed a level 8 Scarlet Firewolf, gained 10 XP, and 2 spiritual fortune points. You killed a level 7 Scarlet Firewolf, gained 9 XP, and 2 spiritual fortune points. So satisfying. I pulled out the gourd and took a huge swig. My stamina instantly fully restored. A golden monkey apparition behind me roared toward the sky. I've been practicing here for 4 hours straight. I've killed more than 80 Redfire Wolves. The task with 2 Redfire Wolf Kings is almost halfway done. And I've leveled up 5 times. 4 hours. If word gets out about leveling up 5 times in this speed, it'll cause a shakeup like an earthquake. The monsters in this world aren't dumb. The more advanced the monster's programming, the higher its intelligence. Even with a pro carrying you, you're lucky to gain 2 levels in a day. If I keep up this pace, I might just reach level 10 today. I kept killing monsters, while happily imagining my progress. Now the Redfire Wolf King is actually gathering its minions. That's perfect, saves me from having to search for monsters across the whole forest. With a single swing of my staff, I knocked down the last Redfire Wolf. I stood up with my staff. Raising my eyes, I looked at the battle-ready Redfire Wolf King. Suddenly, I raised an eyebrow. I glanced at the woods nearby. Who's there? Right at that moment, Uncle Wang felt the ground tremble. His face changed. Oh no, the Wolf Pack is charging over. The reason he panicked so much is because there are way too many wolves this time. Amid continuous howling, ferocious wolves, all covered in crimson fur, emerged from the mountain forest. Black smoke swirled from their mouths. They bared their teeth, staring at everyone. Their eyes flashed fiercely. Red Fire Wolf, Level 9. Combat Power 80, Skill, Flame Shroud. A single Wolf isn't that strong. Even the Wolf King only has a little over 130 combat power. But scattered around, there must be at least 100 wolves. And about 3 or 4 Wolf Kings among them. I glanced at everyone's faces. I was slightly stunned. Wow, that's a gorgeous girl. But why does she look a little familiar? Since there's still one Wolf King left, I didn't look too closely. Little brother, we're from the Huarong Group's adventure team. There are so many wolves. If we're surrounded, none of us can escape. Why not join forces and fight against the wolf pack together? Huarong Group, the top business group in Shangnan City. They're ranked in the top 5 nationwide. So that's her. Li Zuyao, the #1 campus beauty from our school. The heiress of Huarong Group. The wolf pack is growing. We can't waste any more time. I looked around. Something caught my eye. Let's head to that big rock. Uncle Wang instantly understood my plan. Climbing onto the rock keeps us from getting surrounded by wolves. If a couple jump up, they won't be a threat. The group didn't dare stand still and dashed up onto the big rock. I withdrew my gaze, holding the bronze cloud staff, and faced the Red Fire Wolf King again. What are you planning to do? Li Ziyao shouted at me. The 2 warriors behind her were furious. What's he trying to do? Going to provoke the Wolf King? Does he have a death wish? Where does he get the nerve? If the Wolf King goes berserk, none of us might survive. I dug at my ear with my pinky and said loudly, "Take care of yourselves. I'll finish off the Wolf King and come over." Who does this kid think he is? If you want to die, keep us out of it. Crazy, shameless boasting. Doesn't know his own limits. Ignoring the voices behind me, I focused entirely on the Red Fire Wolf King. This Wolf King is over 2 meters tall. Its body is packed with muscle. Red fur blazing like fire. 3 claw marks cross its face, making it look even fiercer. It's staring dead at me. Its body crouched low. A deep guttural growl rumbled from its throat. Suddenly, from the wolf pack, a dozen wolves leaped at me with open jaws. Oh no, a dozen Red Fire wolves. Even a level 30+ warrior specialized in defense might not withstand them. This guy's doomed. Li Yang braced for battle. Damn, I calmly turned left, sweeping my staff. It was an army-clearing attack, using staff shadows, mixed with wind and sand, instantly knocking away the wolves charging at me. The Red Fire wolves flew back and crashed into their pack, groaning and unable to get up for quite a while. A fierce light flashed in the Wolf King's eyes. Howling, it let out a cry. The Red Fire wolves surrounding me froze. They circled me but didn't dare approach. Holding my staff with one hand, I beckoned to the Red Fire Wolf King. Come on, fight me one-on-one. The Wolf King's eyes burned red, mouth blazing with fire, and launched a fist-sized fireball. Boom! I smashed the fireball away with my staff. The Red Fire Wolf King pushed off with its foot, turning into a crimson streak and charging at me. I rolled on the spot, dodging the wolf's claws, and struck its ankle with my staff. Groaning in pain, it cried out madly. Its eyes grew even crazier. But I moved as nimbly as a monkey, constantly dodging and weaving, never letting it touch even a thread of my clothes. Take this, the staff of Sun Wukong. I shouted loudly, leaped into the air. A golden monkey apparition appeared behind me, and I slammed my staff at the Wolf King. Half of its health bar instantly disappeared. Li Zuyao's voice echoed from atop the rock. Oh my god, he's so strong. His staff is so thick and heavy. My movements were agile, dodging attacks while striking the Wolf King nonstop with my bronze cloud staff. In just about a minute, the Red Fire Wolf King was covered in wounds. Its health bar was down to a thin sliver. Its fierce eyes now filled with fear. Finally, it spat out another fireball and let out a long howl. The surrounding red fire wolves instantly pounced on me. I was about to finish off the Wolf King with a staff strike, but these wolves jumped in, forcing me to deal with them first. And the red fire Wolf King took the chance to run deeper into the blood-red forest. Damn it, don't run. Damn, the boss I almost had just escaped. How is that even possible? Why does this guy have such high damage? He killed the red fire Wolf with just one hit. Damn, what kind of staff is he holding? It can change size too. He dodged everything. Is he cheating or what? Or maybe these red fire wolves are just weak. What are you all waiting for? Uncle Wang, go for it. Li Zuyao snapped her teammates back to reality. The Wolf King has already fled. These Wolf packs are nothing to fear. Uncle Wang and the others didn't hesitate anymore, jumping off the big rock one after another, rushing over towards me. I watched them, and suddenly grew anxious. Damn, you guys stay back. My experience points, my fortune, seeing them coming to snatch. I swung my staff even faster. By the time Uncle Wang and the others reached me, they started attacking. An indescribable shock appeared over their faces again. Damn, are these red fire wolves really this tanky? Li Yang stared at the scarlet fire wolf in disbelief. He swung his blade in fury. But he could only leave a single scar. You have to understand, he's the Ghost Blade Battle Soul. His innate skill is heavy slash. Ordinary monsters at level 10 can't withstand even one strike. These scarlet fire wolves have been strengthened by the Wolf King. Be careful when you're fighting them. Uncle Wang broke into a cold sweat, watching me fight these scarlet fire wolves just now. It was like slicing vegetables. He thought these wolves were weak. But now, it turns out my damage is just insanely high. I can take them out instantly. The three dealing with the scarlet fire wolves changed their strategy. They worked together to take them down one at a time. With their help, the fight became much easier. In just 3 minutes, hundreds of wolves were either dead or fled, leaving behind over 50 scarlet fire wolf corpses. System prompts kept appearing. Congratulations, Fate Holder Sun Shaosheng leveled up. Currently level 6. Beginner task, testing the waters.
Task reward, Fate spell extraction key gathering.
Task description, defeat 200 monsters under level 10. Defeated 116 so far. And killed 5 level 10 bosses. Already eliminated 2? The task is almost halfway complete. Just now in the Wolf Pack, several junior Wolf Kings were counted as boss monsters. At this pace, if we can find the Wolf King and let him summon a few more minions, maybe we'll finish the task. I'm feeling a little excited. I can't wait to rush into the forest to search for the Wolf King. Meanwhile, Uncle Wang and the others looked like they were still in a dream. We survived. I'm not dreaming, am I? We actually made it out of the Scarlet Fire Wolf Pack alive. Even Li Ziyao's face was flushed with excitement. She leveled up 3 times at once. Hey there, young man. What's your name? Can we team up with you? I carried my bronze bell staff and pulled out a gourd from my waist. Took a swig. Shook it. Only 3 sips of wine left. Looks like I'll have to find some herbs to make more. Put the gourd back on my waist. Turned around and smiled slightly at Li Zuyao. My name is Sun Shaosheng. I'm also a student at Shangan City's No. 1 high school. Your Sun Shaosheng, the special effects master who awakened the D-rank golden silk monkey. Li Zuyao instantly covered her mouth in surprise. Special effects master? What's that? I'm totally confused. When she saw my expression, Li Zuyao realized she misspoke. Her face turned red with embarrassment. She knew she'd said the wrong thing. Her face was bright red. Thanks for today. Why don't we team up and level together? I'm a level 1 Battle Soul Jade Lotus. I have a healing skill called Jade Light. Plus, we have a level 32 Battle Soul Master. And 2 at level 23. Promise we won't hold you back. After Li Ziao barely spoke, she revealed everything about herself. Uncle Wang stood there sweating nervously. I sized them up, staff over my shoulder, and thought for a moment. Waved my hand. Forget it, I still have to chase. And defeat the Wolf King later, so I won't join you. I'm used to being alone. Not used to teaming up with others. When I turned her down, Uncle Wang let out a sigh of relief. I started picking through the Wolf corpses with my staff. Took a big backpack out from the corner. Wolf fangs and Wolf claws valuable magic materials were stripped out. Wolf blood has medicinal properties. Put it in the gourd and it'll automatically refine into healing medicine. Unfortunately, the backpack isn't big. Wolf meat and pelts can only take the best. Watching me handle the materials, Li Zuyao spoke up. You can sell those materials to our Huarong Group. I can offer you a special price. And even advance you a spatial pouch. As for hunting the Wolf King, we have a way. But you have to team up with us first. Spatial pouch is a special item only made by spatial type battle soul masters. It opens up personal storage space. Due to scarce materials, they're priceless. Even the smallest ones sell for over 5 million. Getting a spatial pouch for free, there's no reason to turn it down. Since you're giving me a spatial pouch, why not just have you collect these wolf corpses directly? So many scarlet firewolves, all pretty much intact. I'll give you a friendly price. 500,000. If I sold them myself, I could only get 300,000 at most, and would have to haul it all myself. But Li Zuyao waved her hand. 1 million. We'll take all the materials. My eyes lit up instantly. Money or not, it doesn't matter anymore. But since we're classmates, I'll help you out this once. Li Zuyao nodded, her face showing a faint smile. She looked just like a cunning little fox. But now you'll have to accompany us into the next secret realm. When she said this, Uncle Wang suddenly got anxious. The young lady had just started speaking, but Li Zuyao stopped him with a raise of her hand. She stared at me intently. I was a bit surprised. Looked deeply at this little princess from Huarong Group, gave her a meaningful smile. So that's your plan. Looks like they're here for that secret realm. But since they know about the secret realm, why didn't they bring more people? Actually, I misunderstood. Li Zuyao originally came just to grind levels. But after seeing my strength, she changed her mind. There's an herb called Ghost Leaf in the secret realm. It boosts the mental strength of plant-type battle souls. It has plenty of benefits for her. Li Zuyao took a pouch off her waist and handed it to me. This is my personal spatial pouch. It's 10 cubic meters. Not very big, but it's pretty much enough. Take it for now. I'll trade you for a cooler one later, if possible. I scratched my head, hesitated for a while, then took it. The spatial pouch with that pink rabbit embroidery. It's okay, just temporary. I'll definitely get a cooler one later. I reassured myself. Put the gourd and copper staff inside. Honestly, having a spatial pouch is really handy. Tell me about the secret realm. It's called Ghost Night Jungle. It's a bronze level secret realm. Only battle soul masters under level 40 can enter. Many families in Shangnan City know about it. Inside, you'll find Ghost Night Grey Wolves at level 12 and 20. There are 3 bosses in total. They are the Hyena Predator, the Hyena Hunter, and the One-Eyed Wolf King. As Li Zuyao explained, she pulled a tablet out of her bag and handed it to me. According to our investigation, these 3 bosses aren't the final secret realm boss. Deep in the secret realm, there should be a hidden boss as well. I guess you have to challenge the hell level difficulty to encounter it. This is a special secret zone. The difficulty isn't fixed. It's evaluated based on the overall strength of the entering team. But due to level restrictions, it's impossible to send higher level War Soul Masters in. As a result, no one has ever seen what the hidden boss actually looks like. A secret zone is a type of subspace entrance. The entrance can appear anywhere. In this world, according to monster difficulty and resource output, secret zones are divided into bronze, silver, gold, emerald, diamond, and eternal. Among them, gold and above are controlled by the government. Inside the Yaoyai forest, there's an herb called Yaoyai grass. It enhances the mental strength of plant-type war souls. It also provides a little help to other war souls. My goal is the Yaoyai grass, any other rewards found in the secret zone. You can choose first. Since you're saying that, what reason would I have to disagree? Fine, but after clearing the secret zone, you all need to help me track down that Wolf King from earlier. Li Zuyao smiled gently. She extended her soft, fair hand. Deal. She pulled out a team bracelet from her chest and handed it to me. After putting it on, you can form a team. During battles, you can share experience with teammates. You also become immune to your teammates' skill damage. I took the bracelet and put it on. Thinking about it, I already have over 200 spiritual rhythm points. I'm about to enter the secret zone, so it's safer to upgrade my strength first. I spent 100 spiritual rhythm points to upgrade the Destiny template. Destiny template proficiency increased, gaining the skill Fury Realm. Fury Realm passive. During attacks, every 5 attacks guarantees a critical hit. During upgrades, you get extra physical boosts. A strange hot current surged up, circling throughout my body, constantly providing power. Some mysterious mental technique appeared in my mind. Wow, what a powerful skill. But I just unlocked it, and my battle power already increased by over 100. Battle power in this world is the manifestation of the world's will regarding each person's physical fitness, mental strength, war soul level, skills, and equipment combined. Usually, a level 30-ish war soul master only has a little over 300 battle power. Even Uncle Wang with top-tier equipment barely has over 500. And now I have well over 700. Almost 800 battle power. After dealing with the Wolf Corpse materials, everyone set out again, heading deeper into the Scarlet Forest. Half an hour later, the group arrived at the entrance of a cave. Li Zuyao took out a stone stained with black blood from her bag and placed it in the groove at the cave entrance. The whole cave started shaking instantly. Countless blood-red threads burst out from inside the cave, twisting and intertwining in front of everyone, forming a circular portal over 2 meters tall. The secret zone entrance is open. Let's hurry and get inside. Excitement flashed across Li Zuyao's pretty face. She gently touched the secret zone entrance, her face full of curiosity. So this is the secret zone entrance. Wait, just as everyone was about to enter, Uncle Wan suddenly spoke up. He looked at me seriously. Student son, exploring secret zones isn't a joke. Since we're teamed up now, I hope everyone can be a little more honest. At least let me know your war soul and skills. Inside the secret zone, that way we can coordinate. Yeah, at least let us know roughly what your skills and battle power are. Otherwise, who knows if you'll just slack off later. Right, if you're unwilling, you can still quit the team now. I glanced at them, shrugging indifferently. I don't mind telling you. I'm a D-level War Soul Master. Golden Silk Ape, level 6 War Soul Master. A little over 200 battle power. My skills are mainly martial staff techniques. Level 6. As soon as I said this, the group immediately widened their eyes. Even Li Zuyao was stunned. If he remembered correctly, I awakened my war soul at the same time as him. And it's only been such a short time, now I'm already level 6. But the others simply didn't believe me. To them, I surely must be over level 20. Otherwise, there's no way I could have killed the red flame wolf so easily. Uncle Wang was a bit annoyed. Bro, if you don't want to say, you don't have to. No need to lie to us. Yeah, if you're only level 6, then what are we? Just little weaklings who haven't awakened yet? I helplessly spread my hands. I'm just telling the truth. If you don't believe me, that's not my problem. In the end, Li Zuyao finally spoke up. That's enough. The secret zone entrance can't stay open too long. Let's not waste time. Hurry up and get inside. The 5 of us stepped into the secret zone, accompanied by a flash of light and shadows. When I opened my eyes again, I was already in a forest of dead branches. Here, among dead branches and trunks. It's my first time entering a secret zone, so I couldn't help but look curiously around. It was daytime outside just now, but as soon as we entered, it's nighttime. A crescent moon hangs high. The chilly moonlight falls on dead branches and broken wood, making it look terrifying like demons. Gusts of eerie wind blow through the forest now and then, like wailing cries from hell. Entered the secret zone. Yei Forest is checking the team's battle power. Battle power check complete. Matching secret zone difficulty. Difficulty matching complete. Hell level clearing condition. Kill 0-100 jackal predators. Kill the jackal leader. 3. Kill werewolves. Alchemist Monet introduction. In the distant past, there was a mad alchemist who tried to use alchemy to gain the power of gods. Ultimately, he failed. Terrifying power turned his hometown into a wasteland. All the residents of the town became jackal werewolves, wandering nearby day and night. Uncle Wang's face suddenly changed. Impossible! Why is it hell level difficulty? He couldn't believe it. This secret zone in Shuzhou isn't a secret at all. Lots of people have explored it. Some families even organized groups of level 39 people with maxed out equipment and battle power, barely managing to meet the secret zone threshold, but could only unlock hard difficulty. So, is there a problem with hell difficulty? I frowned. Li Zuyao gave a bitter smile. Hell level difficulty doesn't just mean all the monsters inside have changed, but also every mechanism and trap will be completely different from the previous difficulty levels. So, all our past strategies for this secret zone are useless. It's like starting over from scratch and fighting a secret zone. Uncle Wang looked troubled and continued. Plus, the monsters inside the secret zone are inherently stronger than those outside. Even normal mode mobs are about as strong as outside elite monsters. In hell mode, the mobs are basically like outside bosses. And that's just the regular monsters. The bosses are even scarier. He let out a long sigh.
Miss Sai, we can't beat this secret realm. Honestly, even if all 4 of you were level 39 soul warriors, we still couldn't do it. Why does Li Zuyao have that confused look on her face? Uncle Wang explains. Because the secret realm boss is different from the ones outside. The bosses outside are relatively less intelligent. The battle patterns are simpler. There aren't any special skills. But bosses in the secret realm have many unique mechanics. You need to find a way to solve them inside the realm. Only then do you have a chance to defeat it. Usually, when we enter an unfamiliar secret realm, we stabilize and test the boss's mechanics 2 or 3 times first. Then we start the action. For this secret realm, first, our level is low. The difficulty is hyper. Get the boss. We might not even survive fighting regular monsters. Second, we lack a guide. Where's the boss? What does it look like? What battle patterns? We don't know any of it. Miss, I really can't risk your life. Uncle Wang's words make Li Zuyao hesitate a little. Secret realm adventures aren't child's play. You only get 1 life. If you don't have guaranteed victory, who dares to mess around? But it's so hard to get into the high-level Yai forest. Are we just going to leave without doing anything? Li Zuyao hesitates. She bites her lip, weighing pros and cons. Hell-level monsters are basically bosses from outside. As soon as I hear this, my eyes light up instantly. Is there really such a good deal? Killing a regular monster outside only nets a few Lingyan points. A single boss can provide dozens. If it's really like Uncle Wang says, then killing monsters in this secret realm? The Lingyan rewards must be so generous. I previously spent 100 Lingyan points and raised my destiny skill proficiency once. Next raise costs 300 points. To fully unlock the Monkey King's destiny template, I still don't know how many Lingyan points I need. Now there's a place to farm Lingyan points in bulk. How could I possibly miss it? Besides, the harder the secret realm, the richer the completion rewards. The higher the difficulty, the more rewards. Boss materials are especially valuable. Hey, you guys aren't scared, are you? Uncle Wang sneers. That's called planning before action. Never fight without confidence. You don't understand. Theft, if you're scared, just admit it. If every fight has to wait until 99% guaranteed victory before going into battle, then what's the point? I curl my lip and pull out the copper cloud staff from my waist bag, sling it over my shoulder. Secret realms are made to be played on hell difficulty. It's a rare chance to enter this kind of place. If you want to leave, go ahead. Such a great place. I'm not leaving empty-handed. If you leave, no one will compete with me for monsters. Hearing this, Uncle Wong becomes furious. Arrogant. Do you even know what hell-level secret realms mean? You want to solo it? Do you really think you're invincible? Who do you think you are? Some awakened god-level soul warrior? You dare solo a secret realm? Ha, foolish idiot walking right into certain death. Even Li Zuyao thinks I'm acting recklessly. Sun Shaosheng, maybe we should just give up. Let's leave this time and come back after we've leveled up. I just shrugged indifferently and walked past him, heading forward. Let you watch my back? Uncle Wong shakes his head helplessly. Maniac. Suddenly, he seems to remember something. He quickly looks at Li Zuyao. Miss, this guy is a lunatic. Please don't follow him in making a stupid move. Li Zuyao gives a gentle smile. Don't worry, Uncle Wong. I know what I'm doing. Only then does Uncle Wong let out a sigh of relief. But in the next second, Li Zuyao changes her tone. But he does have a point. It's rare to enter a hell-level secret realm. If we don't even try fighting the regular monsters, wouldn't that be a waste? After all, we're already here. Uncle Wong nearly chokes on his own words. Li Zuyao says, stretching her long, beautiful legs. Stretching her long, beautiful legs. And walks toward my direction. Hey, miss. Wait for us. Uncle Wong is helpless. For Li Zuyao's safety, he angrily follows after. Under the tranquil moonlight, countless dead branches reach out like the arms of demons. From time to time, you can hear the howls of wolves echoing in the jungle. Withered forest blocks the view. As we go deeper, a thin layer of mist rises around us. I carry the copper bell staff and scratch my head in confusion. We're lost. These jungle maps where you can't see the path are my least favorite. Li Zuyao and her group of 4 follow behind me. Seeing me troubled at the fork, she chuckles softly. Adventuring in adversity takes teamwork. He signals to Zhongming behind him. Zhongming steps forward. He raises both hands, closes his eyes tightly. 2 small ethereal green birds shoot out from his palms, flapping away. His soul warrior spirit is a C-rank breezewind bird. Although not strong in combat, it's able to split off a clone, fly up and scout the area. It can also turn invisible and track targets. Makes a great scouting skill. Li Zuyao explains this to me by the side. I nod, thinking if we had this ability, that boss wouldn't have gotten away earlier. It didn't take long. Zhongming opens his eyes. Going left, you hit a graveyard. The breezewind bird senses danger there and doesn't dare get close. To the right, there's a ruined village. It's home to a lot of wolfmen. The village is laid out in a circle, roughly 30 wolfmen on the outskirts. The center is split into 3 sections. Each section is led by a big wolfman, with about 20 wolfmen each. A few wolfmen gather there. The little wolfmen wield bows and arrows. The big wolfmen carry spiked clubs. Oh, and as you fly deeper inside, there's a vast sea of red flowers. But it's too far. My breezewind bird couldn't reach it. Uncle Wong analyzes as he rubs his chin. According to the initial intro to the secret realm, that ruined village probably counts as the so-called small town. Wolfmen are the residents, and that graveyard is likely where the final boss is. That field of flowers is suspicious too. How can such a ruined place have a thriving flower sea? It might just hide the key clue to beating the boss. I suggest we tackle the village on the right first, then explore the graveyard on the left. Li Zuyao nods. Uncle Wang, you have more experience? What do you think we should do next? Uncle Wang looks up at me. Let's go over. See if we can lure a wolfman out to fight. Try to take them one by one. If all those wolfmen attack at once, none of us can handle this. Let's test the strength of the mobs. We'll basically know if we can clear this dungeon or not. I scratched my head. So we pull a mob from the left, right? Uncle Wang nodded. I headed straight toward the left fork. Had only walked a few steps. I suddenly stopped in my tracks. What is it? Why'd you stop? Li Zuyao asked from behind. Be careful, I sense danger. Everyone immediately tensed up. They grabbed their weapons and got ready. Suddenly, an ancient arrow shot out from the dense forest, flying straight toward Li Zuyao's face. Li Zuyao screamed. Before she could even react, I had already swung my staff single-handedly and knocked the ancient arrow away. Howls echoed with the appearance of the arrow. A chorus of howls rang through the dense forest. Dozens of gnoll archers brandishing short bows slowly emerged from the jungle. Their eyes were blood red. A look of uncontrollable madness flickered in their eyes. Gnoll, Predator, level 13. Combat power 280, skill, poison shot. A level 13 mob with a whopping 280 combat power. That's stronger than most bosses outside. And they're ranged attackers too. Can't use the terrain to kite them. Plus, there's aggro chaining. Miss, let's fall back. Aggro chaining means attacking one will pull the whole pack. No way to take them down one by one. And these gnolls are archers. Once an archer gets surrounded, there's a real risk to our lives. It's just 10 gnolls. What are you afraid of? All fall back, I said dismissively, and kept walking forward. This guy has no idea how dangerous this is. Miss, let's go quickly. Uncle Wang shot me a look like I was an idiot. Doesn't even have a shield. Just charging ahead like that. He's asking to get riddled with arrows. But in the next second, he froze completely. I sped up my pace. From a walk to a jog, gnolls started shooting all together. But their arrows were either dodged by my moves or knocked aside with the Tanjian staff. In the blink of an eye, I was right in front of a dozen gnolls. With a jab of my staff, I pierced straight through a gnoll's chest, then swept across with another move, knocking 3 or 4 of them into the air. Before they could get up, I whacked each of them on the head with my staff and killed them all. How is that possible? How's his damage so high? Damn, a level 13 mob just got one-shotted. Are these gnolls just super squishy? One hit and they're dead. The remaining gnolls saw their companions fall and grouped together, quickly drew their bows at me, and unleashed a barrage of arrows. Crap, it's an area attack. His weapon is a staff. No way to block or dodge it. Uncle Wang's heart skipped a beat. If things go wrong, he'd run off with Li Zuyao. But the next second, I stood my ground, completely unfazed by the rain of arrows. Both hands on the Tanjian staff, spinning it quickly, spinning it so fast it formed a solid defense around me. Not a drop could get through. Dozens of ancient arrows landed on the spinning staff, and were all knocked away. Not a single arrow hit me. Successfully used the Great Sage Staff technique to block a ranged attack. Great Sage Staff technique leveled up. Gained staff technique, piercing insight. Stopped spinning the staff. I looked at the remaining gnolls in the distance. Gold shining in my eyes. Done attacking? Now it's my turn. As I took out the gnolls, The dirt at the fork in the road we got lost at started to shift. Soon, a little skeleton crawled out from underground. Did someone just pass by? The little skeleton struggled to pull itself out of the ground, looking around suspiciously, but saw no one. Weird. I'm sure I heard something. The little skeleton muttered to itself and sat down on a big rock nearby, pulled out a bone chip from behind its back. Boss said if I meet someone, I should give them this bone chip, and it can be used to summon him from the graveyard to help them fight the gnolls. Otherwise, with the help of the knight's soul, they wouldn't be able to beat those big dogs. Thinking of what happened to the boss, the little skeleton couldn't help but look sad. Sigh. I wonder when the boss's suffering will end. Adventurers, hurry and come here. Die. Boom! A powerful attack. Hurry and come here. Die. Boom! A forceful staff strike. Hit the gnoll predator right on the head, smashing its skull open instantly. You have killed a level 13 gnoll predator. Gained 130 XP. 23 spiritual resonance. You have killed a level 14 gnoll predator. Gained 134 XP. 24 spiritual resonance. You have killed a level 13 gnoll predator. Gained 130 XP. 23 spiritual resonance. Nice. The rewards here are really generous. These gnoll predators. One of them is worth 10 red flame wolves outside. The best part is they're easy to kill. A dozen of them can be taken out in a few minutes. On the other side, Li Ziyao and the others were still in shock. You must be kidding me. That was so fast. He took down gnoll predators with 280 combat power. Did you see it just now? That barrage of arrows. Not a single one hit. He knocked away every single one. Uncle Wong, how strong do you think that guy is? Uncle Wong smacked his lips. Judging by what we've seen, at least 350 or higher. Very likely over 400. Li Ziyao's eyes lit up. So, he has at least 400 combat power at level 6. Uncle Wong nodded, probably even more. And I bet he's got more secrets. With that kind of power, no way he's a D-rank soul. He's at least S-rank, or even SS-rank, miss. This guy is mysterious. We absolutely can't make an enemy of him. Li Ziyao was visibly excited. Don't worry, Uncle Wong. I know what I'm doing. Hey, do you guys want these gnoll corpses? My voice snapped them out of it. I took a swig from my flask, holding my staff in the other hand, poking at the gnoll corpses idly. Li Ziyao jogged over. We haven't really seen this kind of gnoll before, but based on experience, their claws and teeth are usually worth something. As for the rest, we'll have to run tests in the lab to confirm. I nodded, slung my staff over my shoulder. All these corpses are yours. Just pay me whatever they're worth later. Don't try to shortchange me. Li Ziyao flashed a big, bright smile. Her radiant grin lit up her face. The few people who had earned money kept moving forward. Guided by Zhang Ming and the gentle breeze bird, they quickly located the other two patrol teams of gnolls. This time, Li Ziyao impulsively joined the hunters. She wanted to participate in the battle as well. In the end, together with Li Yang, Yang Ming and Li Yang struggled and fought for over 10 minutes. They barely managed to defeat one. It was only because Uncle Wong helped take the damage. At that moment, they finally realized. It wasn't the gnolls that were weak. It was just that my strength is too high. After dealing with the 30-something gnolls outside the village, the group gathered on a small hill. Looking at the ruins of the village up ahead, based on the breeze bird's intel, there were 3 gnoll leaders inside. Each brought more than 20 gnolls. They were entrenched around the village. Uncle Wong, what do you think our plan should be? Zhu Yao lay on the small hillside. observing the gnolls not far off. They were grouped up in twos and threes, hard to lure away. The one in the middle, a big gnoll with a spiked club, was even riding a wolf. Uncle Wong let out a wry smile. Usually, we would first try to see if we could lure them out, basically pulling the small monsters away first. Then focus all our strength on the boss. And finally, clear out the small monsters. But this method requires a strong team. Our team is too poorly built. We can't do it, Li Zuoyao nodded. Spending more time is fine. Let's try to pull the monsters out and see how it goes. Uncle Wong strongly agreed. From the previous battle, he could tell. In this team, only he and I had real combat power. He needed to protect Li Zuoyao. Pulling monsters could only be done by me. Sun Xiaosheng. In a bit, head into the village and lure out a few monsters, Sun Xiaosheng. Bring out a few monsters, Sun Xiaosheng. Uncle Wong turned to look, and realized I was already gone. Zhongming weakly pointed to the nearby path. He'd just walked over there. Uncle Wong peeked out, saw me carrying a club, almost at the village entrance. What's this guy doing? Heading in alone? Isn't that basically suicide? I walked to the village entrance, gave a broad grin to the gnolls ahead, holding my club, and flashed them an international friendly gesture with my left hand. Yo, Sun the Thief. The gnolls inside the village all moved their hands at the same time. Suddenly, they seemed to be completely enraged. Their eyes turned blood red. They let out excited wolf howls. Ow. With bows and spears, they charged at me. The big gnoll in the middle let out a roar, and a crimson shockwave exploded from its body. It urged its mount wolf, and rushed at me with a piercing wind sound. Battle aura. On the hillside, Uncle Wong couldn't help but exclaim. It's actually a Noah leader with battle aura. Battle aura is a way to control energy. Not only does it improve the user's physical abilities, but with special techniques, it can be used to unleash powerful battle skills. During secret realm expeditions, what people least want to encounter are these treasures that possess battle aura. They're at least twice as hard to defeat as regular monsters. Gnoll Leader, Level 19, Power 820. Skills, Crimson Lotus, Battle Aura, Death Smash. Seeing this terrifying power level, Uncle Wong immediately turned to Li and said, Miss Zuoyao, let's go. We can't clear this secret realm anymore. At least not with just us. Li Zuoyao looked very unwilling. But she also knew that a power level over 800 wasn't something they could overcome right now. So what about Sun Xiaosheng? Uncle Wong could only think about getting Li Zuoyao out of the secret realm quickly. Oh my goodness, miss. Don't you see what time it is now? Sun Xiaosheng provoked so many gnolls. He's doomed. He may be strong, but there's no way he can handle 20-something gnolls.
No match for more than 20 were-jackals. Plus, there's a boss on the other side who can use battle energy. Just their attacks alone are too much for us. We have to get out of here fast. Otherwise, once they catch our scent, there will be no way to escape. Li Zuoyao bit her lip, unable to make up her mind no matter what. Is abandoning our teammates really the only option? He looked in my direction again, and was stunned all over again. It wasn't just Li Zuoyao who was in shock. Uncle Wang was stunned too. Li Yang and Zhang Ming were also gaping. I saw a large group of were-jackals in the village getting agitated. Without any hesitation, I put my staff away immediately, turned and ran without looking back. Ran straight into the dense forest. The faster were-jackals chased after me into the woods. But in the very next second, their bodies were sent flying out of the woods even faster, thrown back and crashed heavily in front of the were-jackal chief, landing hard right at the were-jackal chief's feet. Looking at his minions with their heads smashed to a pulp, the were-jackal chief roared in fury, raising his spiked club high. All the were-jackals stopped in their tracks and started readying their bows. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. A barrage of arrows shot into the dense forest. This wave of arrows is definitely twice as strong as the patrol squads. Not only are they much faster, they're way more powerful too. They can snap branches clean off with just one shot. Hey, this is great! Watch my staff moves. I laughed out loud, spinning my bronze staff with both hands and twirling it in a flourish. The rapidly spinning staff became like a shield, knocking away or deflecting all the arrows. After several volleys were fired, the werejackal chief raised his spiked club and let out a loud roar, ordering all the werejackals to stop shooting. The small forest ahead was now completely riddled with ancient swords. The werejackal chief seemed quite pleased with this outcome, crossed his arms and grunted twice, and signaled to a group of werejackals nearby. Those werejackals exchanged looks, then were ordered to head in. Get my corpse out of there. 5 werejackals, each carrying a bow, hunched over, and slowly made their way into the woods. Bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang. After 5 crisp strikes echoed from inside the woods, everything fell silent. The werejackal chief wasn't smart enough and didn't realize what had happened.
He waited a long time with no sign of his minions coming out.
So he sent in 5 more werejackals. Bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang. Another 5 sharp smacks sounded. The werejackal chief instantly exploded in anger. Now he finally realized that human wasn't dead yet. The werejackal chief was furious, let out a roar, grabbed his spiked club, and led the last 6 werejackals into the woods. The second they entered, they saw all the previous minions, lying in a neat pile on a clearing nearby. He instantly became alert, gripping his spiked club with both hands, pumping up more and more battle energy all over his body, sniffing the air for any trace of my scent. Bang! Before he could find my location, a crisp crack sounded out of nowhere. The werejackal chief quickly turned his head, only to see a werejackal missing its head collapse limply to the ground. Bang! Another crack followed immediately, and yet another werejackal fell. Toying with them back and forth, the werejackal chief was now totally enraged. He screamed furiously and called the last 2 werejackals to his side. As the 2 little werejackals came over, the chief caught sight of a branch nearby, trembling slightly. He didn't hesitate for a second and unleashed a wave of battle energy like a silk ribbon, blasting the entire tree into flying splinters instantly. Bang, bang. But at the same time, there were 2 more sharp thwacks. The werejackal chief looked behind him and saw me standing in front of him, gripping my staff in one hand. The last werejackal collapsed, blood oozing slowly from its neck. Blood slowly seeping from its neck. I grinned, taking a swig from my gourd of wine. I've dealt with all your minions. Now it's just the 2 of us left. The werejackal chief roared. Battle energy surged around him, and he swung his spiked club straight at my head. Death smash. I grinned, grabbed my staff with both hands, and went for the overlord head bash, blocking the heavy blow. The immense force even cracked the ground under my feet. After testing his strength, I chuckled. Is that all you've got? Not nearly enough. Activating Fury Core Realm, gathering incredible power in both hands, a spectral avatar of the Fury Core slowly took shape behind me. I let out an angry roar and shoved both the werejackal chief and his mount, making them stagger back several steps. I hefted my bronze staff, surrounded by golden flames, my eyes glowing bright gold. You ready? Here I come. Insight. Activate Insight. Prerequisite skill, Fiery Eyes, Golden Gaze. Consumes mana. Allows you to see through illusions, mist, and enemy weak points. Striking a weak point causes them to stagger. Activating Insight costs mana. With my current mana, it'll only last 3 minutes max. Unless I use the elixirs in my gourd, that's a different story. But I already used one today. There are still 2 more bosses and a final boss to go after this. Better not use elixirs unless I have to. 3 minutes, full burst. End the battle. With Insight activated, the werejackal chief and his mounts, veins and battle energy paths, are laid out clearly before my eyes. 17 or 18 golden points shine all over his body. Those are his weak spots. Break those and he'll stagger. Without any hesitation, I leapt forward and flashed toward the were-jackal's hands like a bolt of lightning. He roared in fury and smashed down with his spiked club. I dodged left and right. A quick strike with my staff. The movements flowed smoothly. Quick strike, heavy blow. My moves flowed together seamlessly. Then came a thrust of my staff, jabbing violently at his chest, smashing the golden light that appeared there. The massive force made the were-jackal chief and his mount stumble back awkwardly several steps. He felt stifled in his chest, frozen in place for a second. I wasn't about to let this opportunity go. I closed in, swept my staff wide, then slammed down with a powerful strike, and instantly retreated a large step back. Awu the Mount Wolf snapped at the air with its jaws, let out a furious roar. Relax. Relax, your turn's coming up. The chief's health bar was over half gone from my attacks. Just one more round and I can finish him off. Shaking its head, the were-jackal chief recovered from the stagger and roared in fury. Then, to my surprise, he jumped off his mount. Gripping his spiked club, both now glared at me. Damn, you've got a second phase. But first phase or second phase, there's still no match for me. With the were-jackal chief off his mount, the Mount Wolf moved incredibly fast. In the blink of an eye, it charged right at me. It opened its mouth and went straight for my neck. But in my perceptive state, I could see all their moves clearly. Before the dire wolf could bite, I dodged ahead of time. Then I swung my staff at its waist. With a strong upward motion, I sent it flying away. Next, I lifted my staff with both hands, blocking the gnoll leader's heavy strike. My spiked club clashed with the bronze cloud staff. The violent noise made the withered branches around us tremble. Get lost, I roared angrily. The veins bulged on my neck. I stomped hard into the gnoll leader's chest, sending him flying with brutal force. He crashed through 3 big boulders before stopping. I charged forward without hesitation. The phantom of Fury Origin appeared behind me again. While running, streams of Fury Origin energy surged into my staff. A thin layer of gold covered the long staff. The light/staff style, as I approached the gnoll leader, the light/staff style activated right in front of the gnoll leader. I leaped high into the air, raised the iron staff and slammed it straight down on his head. Boom! Enough power to split mountains. A huge, rock-shattering force burst out instantly. The ground cracked wide open. Dust soared dozens of feet in the air. The gnoll leader was completely smashed into pulp. You have slain a level 19 gnoll leader. Gained 530 experience. Spirit essence plus 120. The dire wolf not far away saw this scene. The whole wolf was terrified. Whimpering with its tail between its legs, it tried to run away. But it hadn't gotten far when an iron staff suddenly stretched out of the smoke, knocking it straight to the ground. I spun my staff, walking closer step by step. The dire wolf lying on the ground. What's the rush? I'll send you off right now. Bang! You have slain a level 19 gnoll leader. Dire wolf gained 230 experience. Spirit essence plus 54. Damn. Just who the hell is the actual boss here? On the small hill, Li Zuyao and her group watched in shock. One person went solo against a group of gnolls. There was even a level 19 boss monster among them, and he still won. Uncle Wang was completely dumbfounded. His battle spirit is a B-class earth hunting bear, known for its strength. But he had to admit that an attack like mine, he couldn't even imagine pulling it off, let alone actually doing it. Sun Shaosheng's combat power is at least 700 or higher, maybe even close to 800, and his staff skills are absolutely masterful. His combat instincts are downright scary. Is it over already? How come? This dungeon doesn't even feel all that hard to me. Not that hard? Why don't you give it a try? That gnoll leader could send you to your grave with just one hit. Son, you're insanely strong. Even a boss like that can't stop you. Uncle Wang, let's go. Let's meet up with him. Li Ziyao suggested. Let's meet up with him. Li Ziyao suggested. Her beautiful eyes fixed on me, a bright light flickering in them. The four came down from the hillside. I had pretty much recovered. Only my mana hadn't regenerated yet. Perfect time to sort through the items dropped by the gnoll leader. Turning over the corpse, 3 shining items appeared before my eyes. 3 pieces of gear. 1 green, 2 white. 1 is excellent quality. The other 2 are basic. As expected of a hell-level dungeon. Even minor bosses drop a lot. In this world, bosses outside dungeons usually don't drop equipment, just materials. Even inside dungeons, drop rates are pathetic. Usually, only the final bosses drop a few items as a token. Here, even a minor boss dropped 3 items. And there are still 2 more leaders just like this. Plus the final boss. The rewards are simply unimaginable. Broken Knight's Medal, excellent quality. Combat Power, 130, a medal representing knightly honor. It seems to be engraved with a name, Soars. Wearing this medal reduces damage taken and grants 3 charges of Battle Slash per day. Battle Slash activates the medal's battle power, dealing area damage to enemies in front. Accessory drop rates are the lowest. Didn't expect to get one here. Reduces damage taken and lets you use a skill. A warrior would be thrilled. This is really nice. But it's not that useful for me. Might as well sell it. When I saw Li Ziyao and the others come over, I handed the medal to them. How much will Huarong Group pay for this? Li Ziyao took the medal and looked at it. She was instantly surprised. It's actually an excellent quality medal, with pretty high combat power too. And you can use a skill with it. This is really good stuff. After a moment's thought, she offered a price. Probably between 2 and 3 million. 2 million? I was thrilled. Along with the monster corpses I collected before, I might be able to afford some cultivation resources. Alright, then please help me sell it. You'll get paid for disposing of these bodies too. Transfer everything to me together later. Okay, Li Ziyao nodded. She directed Li Yang and Zhang Ming to clean up the jackal corpses. The last 2 items are all refundables. Jackal Club, refundable weapon. Power, 89. A spiked club handcrafted by the Jackal Chieftain. Attacks have a certain chance to ignore defense. Attacks inflict bleeding damage. Greedy Boots, common grade shoes. Power, 65. These short boots made by jackals are especially good for running. Can increase your agility. The spiked club is useless for me. So I let Li Ziyao handle the greedy boots too. I put them on right away and bounced around for a bit. Gotta say, magical gear really is way better than regular shoes. My whole body feels so much lighter now. The group took a short rest. We ate a meal on the spot. Once I felt mostly recovered, we headed back to the village. The 2 remaining packs of jackals were no match for me either. This time I had Li Ziyao and the others helping. They lured away the smaller jackals, so I could focus on the chieftain. You have defeated the level 19 Jackal Chieftain. You gained 530 EXP and 120 spirit points. You have defeated the level 19 Jackal Chieftain. You gained 530 EXP and 120 spirit points. The flood of EXP leveled everyone up repeatedly. Li Ziyao went straight from level 3 to level 6. Li Yang and Zhang Ming each gained a level as well. As for me, I leveled up 3 times in a row. Now I'm just 1 step from level 10. Beginner quest, trying my hand. Quest, eliminate 200 monsters under level 10. Progress, 116 out of 200. Also defeat 5 level 10 bosses. Progress, 5 out of 5. Looking at all those spirit points pouring in, I couldn't stop grinning. Major profit, that's a huge win. Major profit, that's a huge win. So you really get rich by clearing dungeons. Too bad all the jackals in this dungeon are over level 10. Otherwise, I could have finished the newbie quest here too. Over 2,000 spirit points now. Next, time to fight the final boss. Should I boost my stats first? After thinking it over, I decided to use enhancement only by getting stronger. Can I earn better resources? Spend 300 spirit points to upgrade? My fate template flashes with golden light. A warm current rushes through my whole body. Physical stats increase again. Fate template proficiency increased. Skill gained. Iron Head, Steel Arms. Iron Head, Steel Arms, Divine Skill. When faced with incoming damage, you can turn yourself into an immovable statue. Use it to block attacks. Successful block restores mana and inflicts stun on the enemy. Iron Head, Steel Arms has a passive effect. Each level up provides extra physical stats. Chance to avoid fatal attacks. Holy shit, that's an awesome skill. Blocks and stuns at the same time, and even restores mana. It's basically ape for fighting. Plus you have a chance to avoid fatal damage. Massively boosts combat forgiveness. Makes me want to upgrade the Fate template again. Spend 900 spirit points to upgrade. Fate template proficiency increased again. Skill gained. Hair clone. Hair clone. Divine skill. Pluck a strand of hair. Transform it into 3 clones to fight alongside yourself. Each clone has half your strength. They disappear after 3 hits. Wow, it's really hair clone. Finally, I unlocked the Monkey King's signature move. With this skill, I'll never be afraid of being outnumbered again. If the enemy has more people, just pluck a few hairs, give them a gentle blow, and summon countless clones. Hey, let's see you in a brawl now. Justice will prevail in group fights from now on. Sun Shaosheng, don't you think this is weird? Li Zuyao suddenly leaned in and quietly asked. I was still basking in the joy of leveling up and didn't get what she meant. Weird? What's so weird? Li Zuyao stroked her chin. All 3 jackal chieftains could use battle aura, and each aura type was different. One had fire type Crimson Lotus aura, one had water type Frost aura, and one had earth type Blackrock aura. That's really unusual. Uncle Wen nodded from the side. Usually, monsters from the same race only master the same type of aura. But these 3 jackal chieftains each have a different aura, which does seem suspicious. And each of them dropped a knight's medal. Even if the knight's medal had a high drop rate, no way every boss would drop one. So if you think about it, these knight's medals feel more like quest items. Li Zuyao took out the 3 knight's medals from her bag and looked them over. Stats and traits are exactly the same. The only difference is the name on each one. Their names Soul, Staros, and Roll. I examined a medal for a while. Could it be that before transforming these jackal chieftains were actually knights? That's why they had knight's medals. Uncle Wang nodded. Very likely. That would also explain why these 3 jackal chieftains have different auras. I scratched my head. But what good does all this knowledge do us? Uncle Wang explained. With this info, we can analyze the final boss in advance. According to the dungeon intro, the final boss should be that werewolf alchemist.
Mengni.
It's likely just like these jackal chieftains. He was once human. And an alchemist means a cloth-wearing ranged class. His skills are probably related to alchemy potions. But no idea if they're buffs or attacks. Alchemy potions. Listening to Uncle Wang's analysis, I was really impressed. No wonder he's a senior soul warrior. He can figure all this out from just a name. He can piece together so many details from so little. Not like me, I just smash stuff. 1 club if it works. 2 clubs if it doesn't. After everyone rested, we moved on. Passed through the village, and soon found a sea of red flowers. Superior Manjasaka. Li Zuyao suddenly cried out. I turned to look, expression puzzled. Didn't I tell you before? There's an herb called superior leaf grass in the Yoi jungle. It boosts the spiritual power of plant-type martial spirits, and helps other spirits a bit too. This superior Manjasaka is basically an upgraded version of superior leaf grass. It not only greatly increases the spirit of plant-type martial spirits, but might even awaken a second spirit skill. Other types of martial spirits also benefit, boosting spiritual strength and strengthening wood resistance. He frowned. That doesn't make sense. Superior Manjusaka are usually only found in level 90 gold dungeons, and only really rarely at that. Why is there such a large area here? It's still this huge. I grin widely. In short, this must be some good stuff. Li Zuyao nods. That's right, an excellent red spider lily. Out there, it could easily sell for 2 million each. And there are so many of them. San Xiaosheng, we're rich. There are stars in his eyes. He's practically drooling. Just as everyone was about to go pick them. Suddenly, bursts of barking came from the wooden cabin in the center of the flower field. Woof woof woof, 4 gray wolves, each as big as a calf. They dashed out of the cabin in an instant. Barred teeth, growling menacingly. Alchemical gray wolves. Level 23, power 712. Skill, Berserk Bite. Their alchemical bloodline is no weaker than gnolls. 4 bosses appeared right away. No wonder Zoro and the others suddenly looked so excited. Turns out guests have arrived. A silhouette slowly walked out from inside the cottage. The figure was quite thin. Under short golden hair, there were always smiling, squinting eyes. He leaned on a cane, wearing a neat suit vest. A proper British gentleman's style. I focused and looked closely. Alchemist moans. Level 25, power 834. Skill, Alchemical Frenzy. Instability is crucial. 5 bosses this time. It isn't just Uncle Wang. Even Li Zuyao couldn't stay calm. Why are there 5 bosses in the end? Though these wolves might not actually be bosses, their combat power is still terrifying. We're doomed. Doomed. This time we're really done for. But instead I got excited. If we can take down these 5 bosses, there's bound to be some epic loot. Li Zuyao is about to lose it. Seriously, at a time like this. And you're still thinking about epic loot drops? We just need to not get destroyed ourselves. Uncle Wang also spoke up. The battle hasn't started yet, so we can still leave? Everyone, back up slowly. Don't draw the boss's attention. But as soon as he finished, Moan suddenly threw out a glass vial. A green mist rapidly spread everywhere. It's rare to have guests here. Don't rush to leave, everyone. Why not play with my pets for a while? I only took 1 breath, and a light poison status appeared in my status bar. Jade Radiance Light. Li Zuyao raised her staff, casting a faint blue glow, which kept the green mist outside. Seeing the 4 gray wolves approaching, our faces inevitably showed despair. Crap, now we can't even retreat. We're really finished this time. Sorry, San Xiaosheng. This time it's my fault for dragging you into this. If I hadn't insisted on exploring the secret realm, you wouldn't be in such danger. I shook my bat in my head. Wipe that sad look off your face. Giving up now is way too soon. With 4 gray wolves ahead, I stomped my feet hard and charged in immediately. The 4 gray wolves all let out thunderous roars. Their aura was overwhelming. The 4 people beside me looked hopeless. They could only cry, we're done for. But right after they said that, I swiped my hand behind my head, put it to my mouth, and blew lightly. Hair clone. 4 or 5 clones of me appeared instantly, swinging iron rods as they rushed at the wolves. Damn, he can clone himself too. The clones engaged the 4 gray wolves at once. Armed with great sage staff technique, the clone staff spun furiously, smashing the wolves into a mess. They couldn't even graze my outfit. Meanwhile, my real body held its breath. My eyes flashed with golden light, and I activated see-through. My figure flickered, appearing behind one of the gray wolves the next instant. Gray wolves, activating see-through. I raised the bronze cloud rod high and smashed it down on its head, putting it into a stunned state. Then an angry spirit apparition appeared behind me. as I channeled the angry essence stage. With a move called Great Sage Splits the Sky, I battered the Grey Wolf into pulp. You've killed a level 23 alchemical Grey Wolf. Gained 490 experience. Spirit value, 115. Everything happened so fast, no one else could even react. I had already finished off one Grey Wolf. Li Zuyao blinked, looking at the unmoving moans, and said to Uncle Wang, maybe it's not impossible to win. When we were fighting the wolves, he didn't even do a thing. Moans really just stood watching quietly on the side, always with a faint smile. Could this guy just be for show? That thought had barely formed, when Moans suddenly started clapping. Impressive moves? Looks like my little cuties need to get serious now. He pulled a red potion from his coat and smashed it to the ground. The potion cracked open instantly, and red mist spread out. The 3 gray wolves inhaled the mist, their eyes suddenly turning scarlet. Red veins appeared all over their bodies. Their attack speed more than doubled. Suddenly the pressure was on. My clones had trouble dodging their attacks. Their forms even appeared blurry. So I decided to control the clones, grouping all 3 wolves together, then stood atop my staff, and, along with 4 of my clones, unleashed the cleaving staff move.
Bang!
The sheer force made several wolves' brains burst open. Their huge bodies collapsed limply into the sea of flowers. You killed a level 23 alchemical Grey Wolf. Gained 490 experience. Spirit value, 115. The glow of leveling up shone, leaving Li Ziyao in disbelief. Gulp. Uncle Wang swallowed hard. Not even level 10, yet you can instantly kill level 20-somethings. That's unbelievable. I put the staff away and stood upright, letting out a long breath. I took out my gourd and drank a sip. Fully restored my status. Entered battle-ready mode. You can actually solve. Entering battle mode, you actually managed to defeat my little darling. Before Mengni could finish his line, I grabbed the copper cloud staff and charged up. With a bang, I knocked him down to the ground. Mengni staggered to his feet. His gentle face was replaced by wildness and rage. Shards of his glasses scattered at his feet. Interrupting someone is rude. Since you want to die, I'll send you straight to hell. It's time for you to witness true power.
He let out a long howl at the sky.
Dark clouds surged in like a massive tide, enveloping the world in oppressive darkness. A bright full moon shone especially bright, shining straight down on Mengni. He roared in rage. Veins bulged beneath his skin. His muscles swelled visibly to the naked eye. His clothes were ripped to shreds. His limbs stretched. Razor-sharp claws grew from his fingertips, gleaming with an icy cold light. Wait, you have a second phase too. Werewolf Alchemist. Mengni, level 25, battle power 950, skill, frenzy.
Claw strike, bloodthirst.
Terrifying howl, kiss of death. No wonder he's the final boss on hell difficulty. His power level is truly on another level. Over 9,900 battle power. Li Zuyo's pretty face had lost all color. What? Over 900 battle power. Uncle Wang and the other 2 instantly looked hopeless. Their fighting spirit vanished completely. Miss, as long as Sun Shousheng is holding him off, we should run now. But Li Zuyao just shook her head, showing that she was staying put. She absolutely refused to flee in battle. Uncle Wang had no choice. He exchanged a glance with Li Yang and Zhang Ming, signaling them to be ready. If things go south, knock out the young lady and escape, while he kept his guard up. If I can't hold him back, I'll pay with my life if needed, but I have to stall this werewolf. It's all your fault I've turned into this ugly form again. I'll wash away the shame with your blood. Mengni roared. He lashed his claws and charged at me. Look, he didn't even make a sound. Claws flashing as he rushed toward me. Watching Mengni charge again and again. One shifted slightly, sighing as I said, so much fur if only I had Guangzi right now. Otherwise I'd show you the power of the flaming blade technique. Mengni was incredibly fast. He closed the gap in the blink of an eye. He swung his arms. Blades of claw light slashed at my chest. In battle mode, my reactions were extremely fast. With the aid of insight, I kept dodging, sidestepping his claw strike. My staff became a black blur, blocking his claws precisely. The two clashed. A loud clash like metal striking rang out. Ripples of force shot out.
Damn.
Is this guy even human? Feeling his immense strength, Mengni's eyes showed shock. Ever since he got this class monster werewolf bloodline, he'd never met someone with equal strength. I blocked his claws with my staff, not giving him any chance to recover. I took advantage of him being airborne with no way to shift his weight. Swung my staff back. My full strength gathered and a phantom of rage emerged. I slammed the Wolf's legs with the staff. You want to break my legs too? Dream on! His terrifying howl was almost tangible, making my hands pause for a second. Mengni's figure shifted slightly, making me miss with my staff. Luckily, having mastered Great Sage staff technique, a missed swing didn't affect me much. I drew my staff back and stood firm. My golden eyes pierced the darkness, revealing every weakness on Mengni's body. This guy actually has some skill. When I kill you, I'll make you my puppet and put you to work for me. Mengni licked his sharp claws, a cruel glint in his eyes. I twirled my staff and smirked dismissively. Neither human nor dog. Doesn't want to be a man but wants to be a dog? So laughable. Mengni was furious. He'd always been proud of his werewolf bloodline. Now I looked down on him like this. What do you know? This is the first step to my godhood. What? The first step to godhood? He roared, his claws slashing wildly, raining dozens of red streaks down. He attacked me. Frenzied claw strike. I reacted instantly. All my power surged forth. My whole body remained motionless. In an instant, I became a bronze statue. Bronze head and iron arms. Clang, clang, clang. His claws struck my body and let out a ringing sound like metal colliding. Li Zuyao couldn't believe her eyes. Those claw strikes from the werewolf could leave a fist-sized crater nearby. If Li Yang tried to block it, he'd go down in 2 hits. Even Uncle Wang could take maybe 4 hits at most. But I took over a dozen and was perfectly fine. There wasn't even a mark. What kind of skill is this? Such incredible defense. It's practically invincible. Unfortunately, it looks like while using it, San Shaoshan can't move. Otherwise, this skill would really be unstoppable. Uncle Wen nodded too, sighing with some regret. After blocking Mengni's frenzied attacks with bronze head and iron arms, I moved in a blur. My staff instantly lengthened, and I struck with a thrusting technique. Mengni couldn't react midair. He was jabbed in the chest with the iron staff and went flying backwards. Boom! He crashed hard into the cottage at the center of the flower field, smashing the fragile wooden house instantly. A cloud of smoke billowed up. This is way too powerful. No matter how many times I see it, I'm always shocked. Li Yang and Zhang Ming exchanged a glance. Both saw the same thought in each other's eyes. We must never cross him. Damn humans. After over 100 years, I have never been so seriously injured. Suddenly the ruins trembled. Mengni pushed aside broken wood and glared viciously at me. I changed my mind. I'm going to crush you little by little. He jumped up fiercely. Dark energy poured out of him. My pupils glowed gold, tracking his movement. I swung my staff directly.
Tunjian.
Tracking his movement. I swung my staff directly. The copper cloud staff and werewolf claws collided again and again. The clashing echo rang through the air. The two figures kept colliding. The Great Sage staff technique grew stronger in battle. Great Sage staff technique leveled up and gained staff slash. When dodging at the god level, if you trigger a perfect dodge, a clone is left in place, automatically attacking the enemy, can store 1 layer of staff power. Hearing the system prompt in my mind, a flash of golden light shone in my eyes. The next second, as Mengni swung his claws, I flashed away, executing a perfect dodge, leaving a shadow clone in place, swinging my staff straight at Mengni's head. Through the previous battle, I've already figured out Mengni's attack habits, got them down to the last detail. Dodging at the limit is a piece of cake. Mengni was attacked by the shadow clone. He was stunned for a moment, then erupted in furious rage, unleashing the power of the werewolf within him to the max. His attack speed kept increasing, but his moves became more and more chaotic. On my side, I'm handling it with increasing ease. When Mengni finally showed a weakness, I thrust my staff directly into his shoulder. taking advantage of his unsteady stance. I quickly rushed in, struck several times in succession. Golden light swirled around my staff. A faint mist appeared at the iron tip. Fierce attacks kept raining down. The alchemist screamed in pain, retreating again and again. His footsteps grew increasingly unsteady. Thump! The werewolf Mengni collapsed onto the ground. The ferocity and brutality were gone from his face, replaced entirely by shock and fear. No, please don't kill me. I can tell you the secret of immortality. Immortality? I scoffed, looking Mengni up and down, disgusted by his appearance. If becoming like you is the price for immortality, then I'd rather not have it. The only reason I'm saying this is because I have the battle soul of the Monkey King. Immortality for the Monkey King is just the most basic ability. Immortality holds not the slightest appeal for me. Bang, not the slightest appeal, bang. I swung my staff again. The headless werewolf's body collapsed softly to the ground. 4 items, each shining with different colors, burst out. You killed. LVL 25 Alchemy Werewolf Mengni gained 530 experience, 160 soul resonance, golden light flashing, leveled up twice, instantly reached level 11. You cleared Bronze Secret Realm, Foreboding Jungle, Hell difficulty, received extra reward, trial task ticket. Haifeng Mountain, am I seeing things? A boss with 900 combat power was actually beaten to death by him. Li Yang yelled in exaggeration. Normally at the end, bosses require a full team and precise teamwork to clear, but I managed all alone to solo a hell difficulty secret realm. Li Zuyao's eyes sparkled with excitement. Who exactly is this guy? With the boss defeated, a few people came down from the hill. I was checking the loot Mengni dropped. Berserk Pill Recipe Excellent Grade. Requires Apothecary subclass to learn. Berserk Pill Crafting Method. After using Berserk Pill, enter Berserk state. Attributes increase by 30. Attack speed increases by 50. Duration, 5 minutes. Side effect, 30-minute weakness after use. It's actually a pill crafting recipe. Battle soul masters in this world can learn and copy skills based on their soul characteristics. Apothecary is one of those jobs. Didn't expect to find a potion recipe in this secret realm. So it's a potion recipe. Sun Xiaosheng, you hit the jackpot. Li Zuyao walked up with a cheerful smile. Combat type pill. Even though there's a 30-minute weakness afterward, it boosts combat power by at least 40%. Enough to reverse the tide in life or death moments. If you sell this recipe to us, it's worth at least 5 million. 5 million, I gasped, for just an excellent grade. A single recipe could sell for that much. Li Zuyao explained. Generally, recipes and blueprints from these secret realms are very valuable, since it's not just a one-time deal. Our group trains its own apothecaries. Once someone learns this recipe, they can start making berserk pills, then forget 5 million. Even 50 million could be made back. So, are you going to sell it to us? I'll buy it for 6 million. Li Zuyao looked at me intently, casually increased the price by another million, counting the previous materials and equipment. The total income for this secret realm is nearly 10 million now. Sell? Of course I'll sell. Handed the berserk pill recipe to Li Zuyao. Both of us felt like we'd hit the jackpot. The next one is also an excellent grade item. Fang Fist Gloves. Excellent grade weapon. Combat power 186 gloves covered in fangs, dealing massive damage to enemies and causing a bleeding effect. Trait: bleeding when attacking an enemy. Inflicts a 3-second bleeding effect. Stackable up to 5 times. Uncle Wang, as a fist fighter, was drooling. That's an awesome trait. If the attack speed is fast, wouldn't you be able to keep applying the bleeding effect? Compared to these gloves, my ordinary grade gloves are just trash among trash. Even spent over 800,000 on them back then. I smiled slightly, handed over the gloves directly. Here you go. Uncle Wang was stunned. I can't take these. We didn't even help you. I can't accept this equipment. He hurriedly handed them back. But I didn't take them. It's fine. Without you guys, I wouldn't even be able to enter this secret realm. These gloves are a gift to you. Uncle Wang fought back tears, choked up and said, All right, I'll take the gloves. But I'll still pay you. I'll buy them for 1.5 million. I shrugged. Up to you, the other two items are just ordinary materials. Sturdy spike claws.
Claw common grade material.
A special material obtained from werewolves, added during weapon forging. It gives the weapon a bleeding effect. Unstable compound, common grade. After consumption, you will randomly gain one of these effects. Regeneration, strength, haste, slow, stun, or nausea. 6 effects in total. They're all pretty useless. Just give all of them to Li Zuyao to handle. Besides these, there's still an important material to collect. Superior Spider Lily. Extraordinary grade material. Can greatly enhance the spiritual power of a martial soul. First time consumption may grant a second soul skill. Plant type martial souls gain additional benefits. There is drug resistance. Repeated use is ineffective. Can be used to upgrade potions. Didn't expect this thing to not only boost martial soul strength, but also upgrade potions. The sea of flowers outside the cabin. Except for those destroyed in the aftermath of battle. We collected a total of over 20 plants. I took 10 for myself. The rest all went to Li Zuyao. We agreed earlier that he wouldn't take anything from the secret realm. He only wanted the superior grass. Even though we didn't find the superior grass, we found the more valuable superior spider lily instead. Seeing Li Zuyao so overjoyed, I suddenly remembered something. Wait, don't we still have a boss we haven't fought yet? Everyone looked confused. But then they remembered they hadn't explored the graveyard, the hidden boss. They rested for a bit, then headed to the other graveyard. We hadn't gone far. When we returned to the previous fork in the road, carrying my staff, I suddenly went, "Huh? What's up?" Li Zuyao asked, puzzled. I poked at some scattered little skeletons on the ground with my staff. I'm pretty sure these weren't here before. Could this be a new hidden quest? Before anyone could figure it out, the little skeletons on the ground. Before anyone could examine them closely, the little skeleton suddenly started moving. I immediately squinted at him, gripping my stick. Stop poking my bones. I hate that. If you keep it up, I won't get up again. With a burst of wind, the little skeleton, under some mysterious force, pieced itself together and stood up. Seeing Li Zuyao and the others at the ready, the little skeleton waved his hands. Don't be nervous. I'm not your enemy. He reached behind himself to who knows where, and pulled out a bone shard. You're all adventurers, right? Our boss asked me to give this to you. Take this bone shard to the graveyard up ahead and smash it. You'll be able to summon our boss. Any questions you have, he'll answer them. A hidden quest. Li Zuyao and I exchanged glances, both seeing surprise in each other's eyes. We took the bone shard from the little skeleton. Everyone moved forward. Soon we reached the edge of a gravestone-filled cemetery. The wailing of wraiths echoed in the air. I played with the bone shard in my hand, then slammed it to the ground with a snap. The next moment the air felt frozen. An intense aura suddenly appeared. The ground cracked open. A hazy figure emerged slowly from the mist. Strange adventurers. I need your help. The moment I heard that, I was already sure. This is definitely a hidden quest. Otherwise his health bar would have shown up by now. Amid the heavy sound of hooves, a ghostly knight in red armor rode out from the mist. Ghost Knight Huskarl. Level 25, combat power 870, skills, charge, judgment, piercing spear. Knight's shield, shattering slash. A ghost knight no weaker than werewolf Mons. Too bad the health bar didn't show up. We can't fight him. I am captain of the Empire's Scarlet Lotus Knights. Huskarl, by order of the Empire. Captain Huskarl of the Scarlet Lotus Knights, by order of the Empire, came to subjugate Alchemist Mons, but he was just too strong. He even ruthlessly killed my subordinates and turned them into gnolls. Adventurers, I hope you'll help release their souls and help me continue the battle against Mons. To support you, you can take my token. It can temporarily activate the knight's badge and awaken the lingering souls inside. When fighting Mons, throw out my token, and I'll show up to help you.
Hearing Huskarl's words,
Uncle Wang's expression grew strange. This isn't a hidden quest at all. It's a dungeon mechanism. No wonder he found it strange earlier. For a bronze dungeon under level 20, those gnoll leaders and mansion bosses are really overpowered. We thought it was because of the hell level difficulty. Turns out, we just hadn't found the right dungeon mechanism. So-called dungeon mechanisms are features within the dungeon that let you weaken mobs or bosses? The proper path should be adventurers realizing they can't beat the gnoll leaders, so they go to the graveyard to get the ghost knight's help, using the token to awaken the lingering souls in the knight's badge, to help in the boss fight. Warriors can even summon Huskarl to join the battle. That way, the dungeon difficulty drops a lot. But we didn't do any of that. I just bulldozed through with sheer power. The others realized it too, and their faces all turned odd. I was still picking my ear, without realizing just what a feat I'd accomplished. If you find my brother's knight badges, I can help you merge them all together to create a true knight's badge. Once Huskarl finished speaking, Li Zuyou immediately reached into his waist pouch and pulled out 3 knight badges. Is this what you meant? Seeing the badges in Li Zuyou's hand, Huskarl was completely caught off guard. You've already defeated the gnoll leaders. Everyone nodded. So you mean, even without my help, you beat the gnoll leaders guarded by 20 gnoll raiders, and they even had battle energy? Everyone kept nodding. Huskarl fell silent, and his mouth twitched. You guys are pretty impressive. He took the 3 badges from Li Zuyou, his eyes full of emotion. Then a soft glow of battle energy appeared in his hand. Under his control, the 3 badge fragments slowly merged together, gradually forming a brand new knight's badge. Scarlet Lotus Knight Badge. Excellent grade combat power 432. A badge representing the honor of the Scarlet Lotus Knights. No one's name on it yet. It auto-signs when worn. Wearing this knight badge reduces damage taken. Can activate the Heroic Summon trait. Heroic Summon. Summons a knight spirit with charge and battle energy /. And Knight's Shield. To assist in battle? The spirit has 60% of the wearer's combat power. Lasts 1 minute. Cooldown, 10 minutes. Whoa, a badge that lets you use battle energy /. It's become a top-tier badge that can summon a knightly spirit. Not only does it reduce damage, it can also summon frontline knight spirits to fight. Perfectly suited for support-type soul warriors. Li Zuyou's eyes widened. She was almost drooling. Haska nodded in satisfaction. He handed the medal to Li Zuyou. The medal is finished. Let's go find trouble with Mons together. To be honest, he's pretty strong. Without my help, you'd probably have a hard time beating him. Haska was just about to set off. I held the bronze cloud staff, scratched the back of my head somewhat awkwardly. Actually, there's no need to go. We've already fought Mons. Haska's mouth fell open. You fought him already too? Haska's mouth fell open. You fought him already too? Everyone kept nodding. Let me confirm again. The Mons you're talking about should be the one who can summon 4 alchemical gray wolves.
And
Can transform into werewolf form himself, right? I nodded, searched in my pouch, and pulled out a bloody spiked claw. Haska fell silent. This is indeed Mons' claw. He sighed deeply. His figure seemed to grow more ethereal. Didn't expect you all to be this strong. Since Mons is dead, my mission is complete too. Thank you all, adventurers, as a reward. I'll give you my armor. Hope it continues to fight for freedom. A look of relief appeared on Haska's face.
his figure gradually faded.
Only a red suit of armor fell from Mitter. Crimson Lotus armor, perfect grade. Power 462. Battle armor of the Crimson Lotus Knights. Tempered in countless battles. Can increase the user's defense and health regeneration speed. Also able to unleash Crimson Lotus flames. Inflicts burning on enemies. Once Crimson Lotus flames are activated, the whole body is engulfed in Crimson Lotus flames. Increases magic defense and burns nearby enemies. Against enemies who deal damage to you.
It reflects magic damage back.
It's actually perfect grade armor. Uncle Wang couldn't help but scream. Not only does it boost defense, it also burns enemies nearby, and can even reflect damage. With that feature, you could use it till level 50 without changing. San Xiaosheng, will you sell this armor? If we handled the sale, we could at least get 30 million for it. Li Zuyou's eyes turned red with envy. Perfect grade magic gear is strictly controlled by the government. It's not for sale no matter how much money you have. Even her family, with an industrial empire like Huarong Group, only owns 13 pieces of perfect grade magic gear. But I shook my head. Forget it, I won't sell this armor for now. I happen to need armor myself. I'll keep it for my own use. The Crimson Lotus armor looks extremely gorgeous. The chest has an open lotus petal design, surrounded by fine scaly armor, with subtle golden patterns flowing on the surface, sometimes glimmering, sometimes dim, like the breathing of fire. The belt is shaped like a dragon's head, with ruby eyes embedded. The lower half-skirt armor is also lotus-shaped. The streamlined armor overlaps like layers of petals. In a word, cool, completely my style. Power is temporary. Style lasts a lifetime. I'd put on the Crimson Lotus armor, twisting around with the staff in my hand. Couldn't be happier with it. Seeing that I'm not selling, Li Zuyao looked a little disappointed. But as agreed before, nothing from the dungeon should be taken, so she couldn't really say much. Alright, this trip to the dungeon ends here. Looking at me, Li Zuyao seemed hesitant to speak. What? Is there something you want to say? Noticing her gaze was too direct, she lowered her head slightly. Her pretty face instantly turned bright red. Uncle Wang and others exchanged glances. Smiles appeared on their faces. Very considerately walked a little farther away, giving the two of us some privacy. Well, can I add you on WeChat? Next time there's a dungeon, we could go on an adventure together. My phone's out of battery. I patted my cheek and said with some embarrassment, I really wasn't lying. These past 2 days I've just been practicing the Great Sage Staff technique. Totally forgot to recharge. Didn't bring my phone when I went out either. Hearing me say that, Li Zuyao looked like she was about to cry. It took her so much courage to ask a guy for his contact info, and he used such a lame excuse. Seeing that she looked like she was about to cry, I got a little anxious. Come on, don't cry. I'm telling the truth. I really didn't bring my phone. It really is out of battery. Li Zuyao suddenly burst out laughing, with tears in her eyes, but she looked secretly pleased. He pulled a pen out of his waist bag. He grabbed my palm and wrote down a string of numbers on it. All right, I believe you. I'll have to send you money later anyway. This is my number. Send me a message after you get back. I'll transfer the money to your card. Don't worry, I definitely won't forget anything involving money. I guaranteed, patting my chest. In a couple of days, our group is preparing to go to the skeleton cave for an adventure. Do you want to come with us? I can pay for your ticket. Skeleton cave? My heart skipped a beat. It was the most famous mystic realm in Shuzhou City, silver level difficulty, with a total of 9 floors, inhabited by monsters ranging from level 10 to level 50. With high monster density and high drop rates, it's practically a paradise for battle soul masters. Due to the high danger level, it's controlled by the government, limited to only 1,000 entrants per day, with tickets costing 2 million per person. I had wanted to go there to level up before, but had to give up because I was short on cash. I remember, the minimum requirement for the skeleton cave is a 10-person team, right? Li Zuyao nodded. Correct. This adventure was initiated by Su Wei, the young master of the Elixir Group. Those participating are basically people from our circle. There are 5 of us in total. We agreed that each person can only bring 1 companion. We're planning to test our actual combat power. It's also a showcase of our potential. I suddenly raised an eyebrow. Don't you still have Uncle Wang? Just let him accompany you. Li Zuyao sighed. To be honest with you, there's someone in there I really dislike, who has been pursuing me. I want to take you along, to make him give up once and for all. I let out an, oh. You should have said so earlier. That's a different price. Li Zuyao was completely stunned. I'm asking you to pretend to be my boyfriend, and you still want to charge money? Don't worry, I have great professional ethics. As long as you pay, I'll do whatever you tell me to do. Whose face you want me to slap, I'll slap it. I grinned widely, smiling as I said, never mind that I'm grinning at him. I'm grinning at you no matter what ideas he has about you. As long as I step in, I'll definitely make him behave. Li Zuyao was almost left to anger by these words. She shook her head helplessly. Just tell me how much. For an expert like me, the appearance fee has to be at least 3 to 5 million. Since we were classmates, I'll give you a discount. 4.8 million. Is our friendship only worth 200,000? 4.9 million. Li Zuyao had a bit of a headache. She quickly raised her hand. Fine, fine. 4.8 million it is. Do you have any other requirements? Of course, you cover my ticket. Then, we split the loot from the mystic realm 50-50. Second, you can't get touchy-feely with me. If we need to act, you have to clarify it in advance. And the price will increase depending on the situation. I counted on my fingers, rambling on. 30,000 for holding hands. 50,000 for a kiss. If you want me to act completely submissive, I won't do it for less than 100,000. Li Zuyao's fists clenched. She had never seen such a brazen person. Gritting her teeth, she suppressed the anger in her heart. Anything else? Oh yeah. This relationship is only for while we're in the mystic realm. If it causes negative impact on me, like scandals, you have to take responsibility. They communicated for half an hour. The two finally reached an agreement. Looking at the mixture of shame, anger, helplessness, and secret joy on Li Zuyao's face, Uncle Wen sighed. Mrs. being completely manipulated. Leaving the mystic realm, with the help of Li Zuyao and the others, I found the red fire wolf leopard that had escaped earlier. After a few swings of the staff, I sent it straight to the afterlife. You have killed the level 10 red fire wolf king. Obtained 32 experience, spirit points. Boring. It died in just a few hits. No challenge at all, I muttered to myself. I was holding back my strength while fighting, thinking this wolf king could summon lackeys. But until the moment it died, it didn't make a single sound. Wolf king, you damn well killed all my lackeys. What else am I supposed to summon? I've got nothing left to summon. Completed newbie quest. A small test reward obtained. Destiny spell gacha. Key accumulation art newbie quest. First venture obtained. Quest description. Clear once. Trial quest. Quest reward. Universe scroll. Key accumulation art. God tier passive effect. Increases mana recovery speed. Can accumulate staff momentum during attacks. Up to 3 layers. Active use instantly releases all staff momentum. Increases attack damage and critical damage. Another god tier skill. Truly worthy of the great sage. There's still one more destiny spell gacha chance. Maybe I can pull another god tier skill. Suddenly, I caught a glimpse of Li Zuyao nearby. My eyes rolled, and an idea popped up. Do me a favor. Li Zuyao was full of question marks. I stretched out my palm. She froze for a moment, her face turning red instantly. What are you doing? There are so many people here. I waved my hand somewhat impatiently. Stop the nonsense. Hurry up. Blushing, Li Zuyao peeked at Uncle Wang and the others. They were processing the carcass of the Red Fire Wolf King, seemingly not paying attention, but in reality their grins were reaching their ears. Placing her small hand on mine, Li Zuyao pouted. I'm only doing this because you're taking me to the mystic realm. Don't misinterpret this. Don't get the wrong idea. I slapped the back of Li Zuyao's hand. What are you doing? I told you to blow a breath into my palm. Li Zuyao was beyond embarrassed. Her hand was suspended in midair, neither able to hold it there nor pull it back. She glared and said loudly, "Why didn't you say so earlier?" She blew a breath onto my palm as if out of spite, deliberately spitting a little bit of saliva too. How old are you? Still spitting? I wiped my hand on my clothes with disgust, and clicked Use Destiny Spell Gacha in my mind. Destiny template selected. Great Sage, Heaven's Equal. Successfully pulled Spell Immobilization Art. Template. Great Sage, Heaven's Equal successfully pulled Spell Immobilization Art. Immobilization Art. God tier circulate mana. Shout the word freeze. Can render the opponent unable to move. The higher the intelligence, the shorter the immobilization duration. As expected, another god. Tier spell. It's actually the Great Sage's signature spell. Immobilization Art. It can directly freeze the opponent's motor nerves, and the duration is actually related to the opponent's IQ. Immobilization Art X IQ test spell. I looked at Li Zuyao, who was still sulking nearby. I felt a bit tempted to try it. Why are you looking at me like that? Li Zuyo pouted. Forget it, she doesn't look very smart anyway. Probably need to set aside a whole day. I shook my head, thinking to myself that I'm still too kind-hearted. Alright, it's getting late. I'm heading back now. Don't forget to transfer today's money to my card. Li Zuyo nodded. Don't worry. We'll get all this stuff dealt with soon. We'll transfer the money to you tomorrow. Alright, contact me if anything comes up. I waved my hand coolly and walked alone out of the forest. All the red flame wolves here have been handled. No need to worry about her safety. Li Zuyao stretched out her hand, trying to call me back, but opened her mouth, yet didn't say anything in the end. Seriously, no one waits for me. It's like I'm about to eat you or something. Leaving the blood forest, I headed to the station as fast as I could and boarded the last bus back to the city. Inside the bus going home, the atmosphere and tone were totally different. Fatigue washed away the joy of a successful hunt. Some teams had lost their teammates forever. Everyone's faces showed sadness and silence. But people's emotions don't really connect. I sat in the back row, excitedly opened my own stats. To fight the boss earlier, I leveled up my destiny template twice. Spent all my Lingyan points. Afterwards, I fought some wild monsters and saved up another 1,200 plus. But fought some wild monsters. Saved up another 1,200 points. Unfortunately, it takes 4,000 points to upgrade proficiency now. I can't level up at the moment. Casually leveled Nuan Realm and Key Gathering Method to level 2. Spent them all in one go. Looking at my current stats, 2 words describe it. Absolutely gorgeous. No other soul warrior can have 4 god-level skills at level 11, and a combat power reaching 1,300. But I know very well, a tree that's too tall gets targeted. The wind will break it. Even Li Zuyao, who has the collection soul, only has barely 300 combat power now. Other classmates haven't even reached 100. But compared to real geniuses, I'm still far from enough. After soul warriors reach level 39, they need to advance their soul. Once successful, they become second-tier soul warriors. Stronger stats, higher combat power, and gain the skill to summon soul illusions. If I ever meet masters above level 40, all I can do is run. Until I truly grow stronger, I absolutely can't reveal my real soul level. My goal is never just to dominate my peers, but to become the strongest soul warrior alive. I possess the destiny of the great sage equal to heaven. I mustn't let the great sage lose face. My stomach suddenly rumbled. I touched my belly, a bit bitter looking. Been out almost all day. Skipped lunch. Skipped dinner. Even the great sage needs to eat. Gotta fill up on food. By the time I returned to the resettlement community, it was already after 8 p.m. Suzhou City was brightly lit after 8. But none of that prosperity has anything to do with the northern resettlement community. The streets inside are old but not messy. Street lamps cast a dim yellow glow. Old folks and children played in the square. Laughter echoed through the night sky. Big brother, you're back. A little figure dashed from the stairwell and jumped right into my arms. I leaned down a bit, rushed out from inside, and jumped right into my arms. I bent down slightly and hugged the little one. Did you listen to mommy today, little glutinous rice? Little glutinous rice lifted her head, snacked a kiss on my cheek. Of course, I ate lunch by myself today, and even ate 3 veggies. Plus, the teacher taught us the song Twinkle Little Star today. Mom said I sang super well. Wow, really? Our little glutinous rice is awesome. You're really growing up. Behind little glutinous rice, a graceful figure hurried over. She relaxed when she saw me holding little glutinous rice. Sunuo, you're clinging to brother Sun Shaoshang again. Hurry up and come down. Zhou Yang pretended to scold sternly. She only got a silly face from little glutinous rice. Then she giggled on my shoulder. Zhou Yang watched helplessly and said apologetically, sorry about that. Bothering you again. I laughed heartily. patting little glutinous rice's head. It's no bother, I love little glutinous rice too. Jo Young is a single mom, living next door with little glutinous rice. I heard her father was a soul warrior, who died 3 years ago during a monster attack. Later, her parents got sick, spent all their savings but couldn't save them. Had to move here just to get by. By the way, brother son, I heard you awakened your soul. Is it a super powerful soul? Little glutinous rice blinked her big eyes and asked me. Her dad was a soul warrior, so she totally idolizes soul warriors. I playfully tapped little glutinous rice's nose. Of course! Don't you know who brother son is? I'm definitely extra awesome. Zan Heng carried little glutinous rice back into the stairwell. Zhou Yang watched from the side. A gentle smile appeared on her face. After bringing little glutinous rice home and playing for a bit, I finally returned to my own place. Had something random to eat. Sat on the bed reviewing today's gains. Level increased to 11. Completed the newbie quest and got 2 god-level skills. All dungeon loot handed over to Li Zuyao. Should get around 10 million. Once the money arrives, I can buy a house. But after the Seoul High School exam, I'll have to go to the capital anyway. For now, it's best to buy cultivation resources with this money. Spending it on cultivation resources is more cost-effective. Oh yeah, looks like I also got a trial quest ticket. Checking inside the system space, sure enough, there's a golden card floating in my mind. I flipped my palm and took it out. A golden card. On the front, black calligraphy spells out Black Myth in classical script. The back shows a mountain and a broken monastery. It says Haifeng Mountain in big letters. Trial quest ticket. Haifeng Mountain after using it. You can enter the special trial map Haifeng Mountain. Defeat the final boss to unlock a destiny mural. Free entry and exit to the trial world. Usable up to 10 times. After 3 failed attempts, Flame Martial Mode unlocks. Send in a soul strand for simulation trials. Doesn't use up the ticket. Ticket can only be used 10 times. So if you don't clear it in 10 tries, the ticket is wasted. But the good news is, as long as you clear it within 10 tries, you can enter Haifeng Mountain unlimited times later. It's basically a portable dungeon now. I know Haifeng Mountain inside out. Guangzi, Guangmu, Lingshuzi, white-robed scholar, ghostly elder, every one of them is old acquaintance. Back when I first played Black Myth, I was stuck at Haifeng Mountain for 3 days. I know every boss's skill. I can dodge with my eyes closed. Watch me conquer Haifeng Mountain in 2 hours. Swung my card in the air. It turned into a golden portal. I took out my copper cloud staff from the waist bag. My eyes were determined. I strode confidently into Haifeng Mountain's portal. Right as I entered Haifeng Mountain, the sky over Shuzhou suddenly changed dramatically. Countless dark clouds gathered. Lightning and thunder crashed. Like an angry roar. March, go, wander, move. Willing to be a cow or horse for a copper coin. It's harder being human than monster. Not afraid of King Yan, fate never ends. Haifeng Mountain's path was filled with demon aura. 2 Volf demons prowled around. 1 Volf demon was reciting doggerel while rocking its head. It spotted a hairy peach on the ground. Its face instantly lit up. Hey! Look, fortune finds you.